very common that people will understand things cognitively, but they don't understand them existentially. So you may know in your head that, if I'm going to lose weight, I shouldn't eat junk food. And it's clear. You've read the books, you understand the physiology, you know the calorie count, you know everything. But then you're watching this program and the TV, and you get this urge for that bag of Cheetos, something, some fried junk food that is terrible for you. But the intellectual understanding can't stand in the way of this hurricane of desire. It can be based on habit, it can be based on just the impulse, but it's so strong that you say, well, the hell with it. I just don't want to. I'll take a little break from my diet, or I'll start tomorrow. The way most people make jokes about it. So we distinguish knowing from an intellectual perspective, or knowing about something. You know about diets, that knowing how to do something. So I would say you don't know how to diet. You may know about the diet, but you don't know how to do it, because when it counts, you don't do it. I mean, that's the only test. How do you know if you know something? Well, can you get it done? And if you can't get it done, all the information in the world is meaningless. So we have a very definite action interpretation of knowledge. If your action is not successful, you don't know. And learning is precisely going from a state of knowledge where you can't perform successfully a certain action you want to another where you can. And that transition is precisely learning, increasing your capacity to accomplish a result that was beyond your reach before. So when you say habit makes me or prevents me from accomplishing my desires, you're making habit something a little ghost-like, some spirit that comes from the outside, and it's like, please leave me, habits, leave me alone, let me go. I'm trapped by my habits, like if they were a rope or someone coming from behind and holding you. And that's not true. I mean, ultimately, you may have the impulses, and they are biological, but at the end, whenever you do something, you do it because you choose to. I know it doesn't feel like that, but you choose to. If someone put a gun to your head and say, you touch one of these fried junks and I'll kill you, you wouldn't eat it. You wouldn't eat it. And all the habits in the world are probably not going to make you eat that thing. But of course, that's a contrived situation, just to prove the point that ultimately it's your choice. It's just a hard choice, and you don't really want to make it. But then you have to ask yourself, do I really want to make the choice? Is my desire strong enough to be worth my while the price of habit breaking? Let me say this again, because it's like, do you want a Ferrari? Most people say yes. And they say, why don't you buy it? Oh, because it's too expensive. Well, the problem is, then you don't want it. You don't want it enough to pay what it costs. That's the thing. So do you want to stop your habits? Well, yeah, but then you don't stop them, so you don't want it enough to pay the price of stopping your habits and take the hit that you're going to be uncomfortable for a while, or you're not going to feel very good in the moment you do it. If you curb your impulse, you'll be frustrated for a while. Is it worth it? I don't know. I mean, it's not for me to decide whether you should curb your habit or you should have a Ferrari. It's for you to decide. The only thing that we teach people to do is to make a conscious choice. So if you want a Ferrari, pay for it. And if you don't want to pay for it, then don't say you want it.